Hey, what's going on? This is Dick Starr, and you are listening to Tim O and the Harley Show, my sick and twisted delight. Toodles.
Welcome to the Tim O and Harley Show.
Thank you for listening to Tim O and Harley Show. I am Tim O. Over there's my partner in mind crime, Mr. Ben Harley. Say hello, Harley.
What is happening, people?
Ben Hot Pursuit Harley.
Oh, that's me. I'm in hot pursuit. Always in hot pursuit.
I just turned you into a walking action movie, huh?
Yeah. That's okay, though. I like that.
Yeah, very good. Very good. Hey,
thank you, Tim.
Now, Mr. Ben Harley, a couple things here. We got to do some shop. Got to take care of some things here.
Yeah.
First up, let's see. We did talk about the Fact or Fiction Fest, correct? That is going to be going on alongside of Horror Hound.
Yeah.
In Indianapolis.
Yes, we did.
Yeah. At the Indiana Convention Center, September 6th through 8th. And our good pal, we found out that our good pal, Jeff Byers from Creature Replica, I think he's the Grand Poobah of that big deal shindig right there.
I think he is, yeah.
We got a couple things coming up. We're going to come visit Mr. Ben Harley. We're going to do that.
That's right.
And so I'm thinking, man.
I'm very excited, my man. Yeah.
I am too, but I was also thinking, it might be kind of hard to get a good show going one of these weeks because of that. So we're going to have Mr. Jeff Byers on the show. Not this week.
That's awesome.
Not this week, but next, I believe.
But next week.
I believe next week, but I do know that I'm going to talk to Jeff Byers, I believe tomorrow night in the Space Time Continuum. And he's going to tell us everything Fact or Fiction Fest, and maybe I'll do a little Sasquatch digging into him. What do you think?
Boy, that'd be good, actually.
Yeah.
I bet I know he has some good stories.
I bet you. Let's just talk about what I watched. How about that?
Yeah, lay it on me.
Okay, let's see. First up, Mr. Ben Harley from 1930.
Ooh, that's right in your wheelhouse. Isn't it?
It is. I watched Animal Crackers, starring the four Marx Brothers.
Yeah, you like the Marx Brothers, don't you, brother?
I love the Marx Brothers. However, this is an old one. Now, there's only one before that, and it was Coconuts. And Coconuts was the Coconuts, and that was 1929.
Wow.
So these are some of the first.
Fine year.
Yes, these are some of the first sound movies, and unfortunately,
yeah,
well, they are. And unfortunately, the Animal Cracker suffers from stage sound. If it's a boom mic, it's like 900 feet in the air.
Oh, wait, yeah.
I think they actually are in a theater and somebody's sitting in the crowd with a tape recorder in his pocket or something. It's kind of what it sounds like. Unfortunately, it is a funny movie, but there's a series of films right after this one that are just hysterical, and I'm going to get to them soon. Because I need me some Marx Brothers. So I gotta tell you so.
Yeah.
But I did enjoy watching this one. It just didn't have as many laugh out funny things that I'm used to in their movies or whatever. And I hadn't seen this for a long time, and now I remember why I haven't seen this one for a long time.
There you go.
Let's see. Moving forward, Mr. Ben Harley from 1989.
Wow, that's a big leap.
In color.
How many years was that?
Lots.
49 years? 59 years?
Almost 60 years later. Yeah. The Return of Swamp Thing.
Oh, yeah. You just got done watching Swamp Thing.
I did.
Yeah.
Yes. So
I'm trying to think. Yeah, late Swamp Thing Return.
Return of Swamp Thing is once again we have Louis Jourdan.
Yeah.
At Arkane. And we have Heather Locklear.
Oh,
look,
now I remember.
No offense to Adrienne Barbeau, but this one's got Heather Locklear.
Yeah.
Enough said.
And she was smoking hot right then too. Like
I even told Angie, I was like, she was like ridiculous hot. Like there's something wrong with her hot. Like it just ain't right.
Something's wrong.
Yeah. Not sure how well that went over, but I just understand. But this one was directed by Jim Wynorski. Did Chopping Mall, but he also did that movie that our pal Corey was in that I sent you with Him and Andrew Stevens went back and forth directing the movie about the fire monsters in a mine. With
Oh yeah.
he's a B movie director. Jim Wynorski is a B movie director. So and this is a B movie.
You take that back. Chopping Mall's not a B movie.
Well, I'll let you take it back and see if you get your money. So I'm going to keep mine. But this is, I mean, it's as silly as the first one is. Yeah. This one doesn't even try. It's just goofy, comic booky, and B movie. And I like it. It's fun. There's more monsters in this one, so that's kind of neat. And of course, it's got Louis Jourdan. To me, his Arcane, I'm telling you, is one of the greatest villains in cinema history. I believe that. These are my favorite movies. Or anything that he's just unbelievable. I mean, I swear I saw ooze falling off of him that had Smarm tattooed across it.
I believe you there.
His name is Louis Jourdan, okay?
Louis!
Of course, Dick Durock, who always played Swamp Thing. I think in everything back then, which is...
Yeah, and he is good in it. I like him as the Swamp Thing. He just had that... You have the voice, too. You know what I mean? Something I don't have. Unfortunately, Return of Swamp Thing, they dubbed his voice, which I don't know why.
Did they? Yeah, I don't think they even realized it had happened until the movie came out. I don't think the director even knew. But and my thing is this, is that, again, I've said this over the last couple of shows, the comic book was so good and dark and just real intense, and these movies are like more like a Batman or or Iron Man or something. It's not. It's I don't know. To me, it's probably what people saw when they saw the Batman show we all love. But they were used to the original, the Batman.
The Batman,
What happened to my creepy crusader? Now he's a caped crusader.
Caped crusader,
That's all right, though. It was kind of fun to watch. Did I mention Heather Locklear?
Oh, yes, and her feathered hair and boobies. And whoa, hey now, slow down.
Her boobies were not feathered, I checked.
No, they were.
Moving on, Mr. Beck. We gotta move on. So let's see here. I didn't write down the year, but I promise you it was 1989. I know this was 1989, and if may I be stricken down if not, but I watched once again Leviathan.
Oh, okay.
I can't quit watching Leviathan.
Yeah, what's up with that, Tim?
Love it. I'm going for Deep Star 6 next.
Oh, no, don't do it again.
Yeah, I am.
You are.
Same movie, just a different cast.
Pretty much. Yeah. What's the other one? What's the third one in there? Installation?
The Abyss.
There? Abyss, yeah. So
now, The Abyss was the big one.
The best. Yeah, that's the best one, though. It is. I still like The Abyss.
Oof, boy, I don't know. I really like The Abyss, but it's so different from those other two.
Oh, it is for sure.
Yeah, I mean, as far as
talking underwater.
Yeah, as far as a good, fascinating movie, I think they all get points, but The Abyss wins hands down for having a fun popcorn horror movie. I don't know. I can't decide between The Abyss and Leviathan. Deep Star 6 and Leviathan. I used to think Leviathan was hands down the winner, but after the years have gone by, I don't know. I think they're both really good. So anyway, fun to watch. So now also in Leviathan, there is an actress by the name of Amanda Pays, who plays the British gal. The one who does a lot of jogging in tight shorts or tight sweatpants. You remember that? Don't tell me you didn't. So,
yes.
So while we were watching it, I looked over to Angie and I goes, God, this really makes me want to watch The Kindred. Because Amanda Pays is in The Kindred. And I was lamenting the fact that our good pals, which I believe we were talking about earlier, Mr. Don and Jerry from Synapse Films, own the damn rights to the movie and haven't put it out yet. But so I'm like, I really want to watch it, but I want to wait and watch it when it comes out on Blu-ray or something, because it's only came out in VHS. I have a copy of a VHS of it.
Okay, yeah.
So I'm like, no, I want to wait. Well, no. We watched it. Watched The Kindred. Yeah, I couldn't handle it. I really wanted to see it, and boy, it was fun. It's just a fun movie. Jerry and Don, I know you're not listening. Put the damn thing out. Put it out for God's sake. I mean, last time I talked to him, it was like I don't know. It was an issue with one of the special. I don't care about the special. It's a special movie.
Features.
Put the special movie out, and then put a special edition out later and make more money for people who care. I don't care. I just want to see that damn movie. It never even came out on DVD.
Really?
Yeah, one of those movies that it's a holy grail movie.
Yeah.
So, like us getting Prophecy on Blu-ray.
Oh,
yeah.
Love me some Prophecy.
Let's see. The Western this week for my Saturday Western, Mr. Ben Harley from 19...
Oh, yeah, you're on a Western.
That's right.
Freak out.
That's right. From 1960, watched Comanche Station, starring Randolph Scott and Claude Atkins.
Right. You're still on the Randolph Scott freak out, too.
And he's at odds with Claude Atkins in this one, so he's in good company. So this is one of the good ones, written by Burt Kennedy and directed by Bud Bedecker. These guys, they knew how to make a Randolph Scott movie in the 50s.
Randolph Scott.
Randolph Scott. Yes. Let's see. Moving on here. From 1972, watched a movie called Private Parts.
Oh, okay.
Now, not the Howard Stern Private Parts. Yeah. This is a sicko 1970s weird psycho kind of riff kind of deal where he has blow up sex dolls that he's injecting with his own blood. Yeah, you know how it goes.
Trying to bring him back to life or to life, I guess.
It's the 70s. You know how it is. They probably played folk music behind it, Ben Harley.
Yeah.
Just to lighten up the mood.
Right?
Yeah. So this was directed by Paul Bartel, and he knew how to do weird things. He was your pal in Rock and Roll High School, right? So
yeah.
He was married to Mary Warnoff in real life. What was her name?
Really?
The principal.
Ms. Tilgar?
Yeah.
Ms. Tilgar.
Yeah. They were husband.
They were in Chopping Mall. Too.
Yes, they were.
They were in Chopping Mall.
They were in Chopping Mall.
It all comes back to Chopping Mall.
You are correct.
Very briefly. Yes. About 30 seconds.
Yeah. Private Parts, not one of my favorite movies. Not one of my favorite movies. It's okay. It's all right. It's, it reminds me a little bit of I don't want to go down this road though. I was going to say Poor Pretty Eddie. But it was made around the same time. It was it's got that kind of ick, a little bit of ick to it. Alice, Sweet Alice, kind of ick.
Yeah,
it's a little bit of that, but it's okay. If you like the Grindhouse ick, you'll.
If you like the ick,
it's a good one. Let's see here from 2004, Mr. Ben Harley. 2004, I watched the movie Frankenfish.
Oh, Frankenfish.
Frankenfish.
Okay, was that an asylum film?
No, it wasn't actually. Directed by Mark A.Z. DePay, who directed a little movie called Spawn. Believe it or not, did this here turkey. Supposedly based on the true story. Now, this one got by me.
Okay.
I must have been in an alcoholic haze or had a good bag of weed this month. I got no idea what happened back in like the early 2000s, but apparently this is based on the real snakehead fish incident in Crofton, Maryland.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I don't know. I might have missed that one too.
Well, there's these Asian fish that they look like they have snake skin, and they got kind of like piranha kind of teeth. They got sharp teeth, and their heads do resemble a snake a little bit. But they're fish. I mean, they're normal, but they can get like 40 inches long. They can get kind of big. Yeah. Well, these suckers here, I guess, were supposed to be like giant mutated snakehead fish attacking people like on house barge boats in the bayou. People actually live on the water, on the floating huts and stuff. So this is one of these. Look, this is one of these movies that I watched when it came out on video, and in 2004, this is a cut above the rest. I mean, I was like, hey, that wasn't too bad. Now, about 15 years later, I'm looking at it going, the fuck was I smoking, man? It's not that bad. I mean, it's a goofy, silly monster movie. There's no surprises. It is our kind of movie. I mean, you could switch it out with, let's say, piranha. You could switch it out with a gator or a crocodile, the fish, the killer fish. But it's also one of these fish that can move around on land. It can breathe out of water. So it hops up on people's docks and bites in the docks. Yeah. So real quick, Mr. Ben Harley, last and certainly least, and not certainly least, that was a little mean. I could not believe that this was from 2013, by the way. I thought it was not that old. Okay, The Wolf of Wall Street.
Oh, okay.
I finally got around to watching the Martin Scorsese, I believe Academy Award winning or nominated, I don't remember film, The Wolf of Wall Street. So
who's in that again?
Oh, the old same people, Scorsese. It's Leonardo DiCaprio and actually Jonah Hill is in this one. It's a true story about this guy Jordan Belfort, who was a stockbroker, like on penny stocks or something. He made a killing. They had a bunch of money, and we ended up going to jail, like everybody apparently does if they do business anywhere on the face of the planet. It's got the same like that Goodfellas format where it's kind of edited quick, and Leonardo DiCaprio, he's like narrating his entire existence basically. It's I don't know what's I have to mention something tells me you like Margot Robbie.
Yes, I do.
If you haven't seen this movie, shoot yourself in the head because you should have.
Ooh, yeah, is that good?
I don't think she's attractive at all, and I would have asked her out.
You would or wouldn't?
I would. I would now.
Yeah.
If you ever wanted to know what Margot Robbie's parents know, watch The Wolf of Wall Street. How about that? There you go. And I'm not. I admit I was like, whoa, hey, and I don't do that. I mean, I don't. I'm like, nah, whatever. It's like, I got shit to do, man. Come on. But no. So it was. But it was. God, it's weird. Here's the thing. I don't know if I'm out of step with the real world.
You might be.
Or what's happening in the world, because I'm watching this movie about stockbrokers and it's about as fucking normal as Eraserhead to me. I'm like, what? What's going on? It's almost like Leonardo DiCaprio and his character has a cult and he's the cult leader. And the cult just happens to be a brokerage house.
Right. Sure. Okay. Yeah.
No, I don't know what these entertainment people think these business people are doing at this point in the game in life, in the world. Yeah. Like, I know people are at each other's throats, but for God's sake, it's not like a cult leader. What the hell is going on? I don't understand it. It was just weird. I mean, I'm not saying I'm insulted like I took it as a political jab. I don't mean that at all. What I mean is, where were they coming from? I don't understand. If you watch Goodfellas, you're exhilarated. It's not weird. It's bada boom, bada bang. We do this, we do that.
Yeah. And it moves at a good pace. It does, and you're enthralled in the story, man. It really is. And then the wheels come off of that thing, and you're right along with it. Like, oh no,
Right. Well, I mean, they talk about like all the drugs they did, and of course, and then one good example is when Margot Robbie shows up in the movie. She shows up to a party at Leonardo DiCaprio's house. Of course, he's a dick. He's hitting on her even though she's with a guy. Doesn't matter because he's Mr.
He's a dude.
He's a dude. Yeah, he's a guy or whatever. And Jonah Hill is like his partner. And Jonah Hill comes out pleasuring himself looking at Margot Robbie in the middle of a big business party because he's so screwed up on whatever he's taking.
Yeah.
And he's going, you're so perfect. You're so perfect. I'm like, what am I looking at? What is this? I mean, what am I? Yeah. I mean, I'm not talking about it from a prudish point of view. I'm just talking about it from a coherent point of view. It's like, what the fuck is going on? And
I'm sure a lot of this has been influenced from Hollywood parties, I think.
I guarantee you that one. Yeah. I can promise you that one. But it was just weird. It was just like weird. Just weird. I mean, I think everybody else saw it as a great Scorsese movie. That's why I'm wondering if it's somewhere. I mean, I'm looking around everybody else going, has the world like gone mad? And I know that a lot of people are saying it has. I'm like, because I'm not following this at all. Like, and I don't mean story wise. I'm just not following the motivations of people, what they're doing anymore.
Sure.
It's kind of like, did this all start with Night of the Demon? Like, did it all start there with like, what's that person's motivation? What are they talking about? What is happening? Because the world to me has turned into that. I just don't understand it anymore. I mean, people, they argue about politics and I'm on board. Let's argue about politics. And then they tell me their reasonings for things. I'm like, what? What did you say? Man, I'm glad I don't watch TV. Anyway, to me, I think that it could be something to do with that, or maybe it was an artistic decision to make it bizarre. I have no idea, but it was weird. It kept my attention, but it is like 3 hours long.
Yeah,
it's a little.
That's a lot. That's a little long. Yeah. But hey, if Margot Robbie's in it, in and out of it, so hey, I might have to stick it out.
Yeah. Well, I know you'll like it if you like her. So I promise you that.
Yeah.
But Leonardo DiCaprio is actually, and I don't like him at all. And he's actually pretty good in it. But I promise you, he is transforming into Jack Nicholson.
Oh, I know, isn't he?
If you watch this movie, there's moments where his eyebrows go up and stuff. You're like,
stop it.
No, I swear I had to rewind to make sure it wasn't CG'd. I saw a few times. Like, somebody's playing a joke here, man. It's CG'd. I'm like, holy God, I don't think it is. Yeah, but that's all I got, Mr. Ben Harley.
That's all you got,
Tim? That's all I got, man.
That's all you got. Well, Tim, I'm going to start with a couple things here.
All right.
Tim, I'm not much of a glutton for punishment, but sometimes I kind of am. I've been going through like my Amazon and Netflix and Hulu, and I swear to God, I'll spend 25 minutes to a half hour trying to figure out what the flip I want to watch.
Oh, you spend most of your time doing that. Yep, you're right. Yep.
God, I hate it. Mm-hmm. Well, I took the plunge on this film, and I know it sucks. But I tried it because it's got Courtney Cox in it when she was pretty young and cute. But I tried watching Masters of the Universe the other day. I asked myself about 15 minutes into it after I turned it off. Oh my God!
Did you oil up first?
Oh, I couldn't do it, Tim. I swear to God. No, all right. I might have gave it 20 minutes, maybe a half hour. But at one point, I'm like, and I've known that it was bad. I've always known it was bad. And I'm not even a He-Man kid because I was just a little bit coming out of that,
Yeah, that was my last toy. That makes sense. You're about 3 years old. That was my last toy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I always thought like Castle Grayskull was a kick-ass toy. And I still would like to have one of those just for
I used to have it.
Yeah. Oh, and then I thought, well, some of the characters are cool. The cartoon itself, it left a little to be desired sometimes.
Yeah, I like the toys. Yeah. It wasn't in the cartoon.
But I can't remember the gentleman who played Skeletor, but he's about the only redeeming quality. Meg Foster's in it, and I always liked Meg Foster, but
I'm pretty sure that Skeletor was Frank Langella from the guy who played the bouffonted-haired Dracula.
Oh, really?
I'm pretty sure that's it. Yeah, from 79. Yeah, I'm 99% sure it's who it is. Yeah, he wisely kept his face hidden. I mean, I had that skull in the whole movie.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Meg Foster is Evil Lynn.
Oh, yeah, she's cute. But man, I tell you, that's the first time I remember seeing Courtney Cox when I was younger. Mm-hmm. And oh man, she's so cute in that movie. Anyways, that was a hard one to digest, so I apologize.
You never saw it before?
Make it through. Oh yeah, I have.
Oh, okay.
But it's probably been
since it came out
25, 30 years or so.
Yeah,
since it came out. Yeah, I might have caught it a little bit on TV, but I have not tried to actually watch it on my own. Since I first saw it, and I kind of know why. It's just bad. And it could have been good. It was on. I think it's on Amazon Prime, buddy. I'm almost positive.
Okay. I got it on DVD. Yeah. I can't complain too much.
Oh, yeah.
But I collect, so I got a reason.
Yes.
I got Motherload, and I'll always bring that up.
Yeah. I know I was talking to you the other day, and I tried to watch this movie. I would have to actually be sitting down to watch because I just couldn't do it. Standing up and printing, it's too much for me.
Okay.
And it's a little movie called The Wonderful Land of Oz, I do believe.
Oh, no. Oh, boy.
It's the one that it's like the same gentleman who did the ice cream, or Santa Claus meets the ice cream bunny. And
you can drive yourself damn insane.
Yeah, I know. I was like, there's something wrong with me.
Didn't you read the hippie guidelines? You can't do acid more than 7 times a week. And you can't watch that shit back to back.
Oh, I told you I was going for it, and then I got into it, and I had to stop that one too. I was like, no, I can't. I have to be sitting down for. And it's basically
Timothy Leary would look at you right now, going, "You're fucking crazy, man."
Yeah, that one is. That's the film that we tried to watch with Danny, and actually, I do believe it sent Danny out of the room, and he refused to finish watching it with.
Oh yeah, he said, "Good night. I'm out. I'm not doing this. Good night." Yep.
It's a hard one.
I don't think he really grasps why we watch those. I still don't think he gets it. I'm not going to make him try to get it anymore. If he thinks we really like to sit down and watch that stuff, then I'm just going to let him think it. I have to at this point. It might be legendary for him. He might only like us because he's impressed. I don't know, but.
But yes, I must say, and I'll report back because I am going to go back and watch it. But all right, Timo. So Wonderful Land of Oz. If you haven't seen the riff tracks, I don't know if I want to say do yourself a favor or what.
Jeez, you need to start doing drugs or something, man. Just to
Timo,
just to try to survive.
Yeah.
What else you got? I'm afraid to ask.
Well, Tim, I've been watching some Shark Week, and me in Shark Week, I kind of like Shark Week, and I'm not going to go into too much in-depth detail, but it's the same things, people swimming outside of cages and things, and I'm just hoping that you're going to get eaten at some point. You're going to die on camera, and I don't want to see that. I really don't, but you know what I'm saying. Right. I'm just, come on, you guys, stop.
Right.
All right. These things can turn on a dime. You know that, right? So, Shark Week. But no, it's a lot of the same stuff.
Yeah.
Over and over. And I just get really bored with it. Now, they did do a movie that Wendy and I tried to watch last night called Capsize, Blood in the Water. And it's based on a true story, like in 1982, of a boat that went down and a sailboat. And I don't know. It's kind of like... reminds me of almost like an Asylum movie a little bit, like the quality of it, the acting. Or
like
maybe
an open water version, like an Asylum open water type of thing.
Yeah, and I haven't even got to the sharks yet, but I was bored with it. I'm like,
yeah.
Oh, man, this is almost like an after-school special or Lifetime movie.
Oh,
something.
yeah.
I was just like, and I was actually kind of looking forward to it. But you know what, Timo, if basically the same stuff, with the sharks, I really didn't learn a whole heck of a lot more, except for the fact that you're dumb and you're going to get bitten by a shark and you're going to die.
I don't know what the entertainment value is. Seeing a person float in the water and be picked apart by sharks for an hour and a half. I've never understood the entertainment quality of that.
No.
Well, don't you think you're frustrated though? Because really, people, I didn't see it this year, but in years past, I think it's died down. People on social media and stuff are freaking out, and I'd rather see people freak out about this than anything else. I'll be honest with you. But it's like Shark Week. I'm like, sharks swim, eat, and make little sharks, and they don't do anything else. They jump around and do stuff, but I don't know why a week's worth. It's not Shark Week. It's idiots who swim in sharks' mouths week, as you're stating clearly, and I have no interest at all. So, because that is what it's about. It's almost like the zombie movies. They're not about the zombies; they're about the people. Well, Shark Week isn't about the sharks; it's about the people.
About the people.
Yeah,
and my thing too is, and I did enjoy some of the ones that I did enjoy were the ones that were about being attacked by sharks, and and there's
stories about attacks.
Yeah,
that's interesting to hear a real story about. As long as it's not a 90-minute, dramatic movie, making me depressed. If the guy's like, "You see the bite on my leg? Let me tell you how I got her." I'm like, "Whoa, that's cool. I'm into that. I'm okay, but still."
Now, this is to prove to you how self-righteous and how self-important we think we are, too, or how important we think we are, and how much we know of everything. Now, Tim, this is a fact that I've known since I was a kid, and it's still a fact. They do not know where great white sharks go to mate. They have no idea where they go to mate. They have no idea where they go to have their pups. They have a general idea, and they're getting closer to where they think it might be. Now, this dumbass lady on there, she said, we got to find it. We have to find it because then that way we can help with the babies and the pups when they're born. No, you don't. You don't.
They're doing okay on their own.
That's like saying we need to find out where Bigfoot has his babies, because once we find out where Bigfoot has his babies, then we can help them. What are you talking about?
We need to find out where the Ebola virus is coming from so that we can nurture the virus and make sure we don't harm it or offend it in any certain way. Yeah.
Does this not make it's the dumbest thing I've almost ever heard in my life, because it is one of the greatest mysteries. There's great mysteries in the universe, but one of the greatest mysteries in the ocean and with sharks is the fact that they don't know where great whites mate and or have babies. It's a huge mystery. And you think that we would know that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But they don't. And I think it's one of the greatest mysteries on the planet.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. I think it's great because they're gone. They disappear and then they come back. They're pregnant. They don't know. You know, it's
Right.
like, I think it's awesome. We haven't had anything to do with it for how many millennia, you know, as long as this planet's been around or there's been sharks.
Yeah.
And it's been a long time. But now all of a sudden we need to help them. Oh, shut up.
Could you just
Shut
give them some
up.
privacy for once?
Yeah,
You know?
exactly. That's why they don't want you around. Yeah,
I don't
jackass.
care.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and I get where you're
Perverts.
coming from, and I hope you know where I'm
Perverts.
coming from. I don't
Yeah.
care. Leave
I
it
don't
alone.
care.
You know, I
Exactly.
don't want you to help the babies because
Yeah.
those babies might bite my fucking leg while I'm out in the Caribbean somewhere. I don't.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Exactly.
You know, it's like
Don't do it.
let nature take its damned course. Oh my
Yep.
god.
No, we have to be there.
For
We
you
need to
know,
be there.
for people
Why?
who say that all the time, it as long as it fits their narrative. Anybody
Yeah.
says anything anymore as long as it fits their narrative. So, but it's
Yeah,
like,
I'd like to see you be around, especially a female great white when she's having a baby and see how pissed off she might get. You moron. Yeah. So,
yeah.
all right, Timo, last but not least, I'll
Okay.
keep this short because we went a little over. But yes, I watched Death Hunt, Timo, the other day.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mad
It's-
Trapper.
Yes, The Mad Trapper. And it's such a good movie. I like just about everything Charles Bronson's in. I like just about everything Lee Marvin's in.
Yeah.
But they've done some clunkers
Sure.
and some stinkers. But this isn't one of them.
No.
This is not. And this is just chock full of such good actors.
That's another Andrew Stevens. He's the Harold Hansen
Yeah.
Pants young jerk off
Yep.
in that movie. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Sorry. Just
No,
want
that's
to call
fine.
I see it. Yeah.
No, I was just laughing because the one Eskimo girl.
Oh,
wants
that's
to-
great. Yeah.
Yeah,
no.
he's
I got you.
Carl Weathers is laughing.
Yeah, I'm right on board with you. Yeah.
But what a good film,
It
buddy.
is.
What a great movie. I've always liked it. It's one of them that still resonates with me. It
Yeah.
made me a fan as a kid of not only those two gentlemen, but of movies like that.
Right.
Just the great outdoors and tracking guys. And just like I like I like Bronson's character in this
Mhm.
too. He's not, super crazy. He wants to be left alone and he's mellow. He comes in, saves the dog, and just tells them, just leave me alone.
Right.
I want to be left alone. But then again, like Lee Marvin can't. And I like, their characters together because of how they respect each other and stuff too.
Right. It's realistic.
And,
I mean, it's
exactly.
not good guy,
And-
bad guy. It's two guys
Yeah.
at odds with each other and they don't really want to be. Neither one
Right.
of them does,
Exactly.
Lee
And,
Marvin gets pushed around. Not pushed around, but he kind of
Yeah.
gets forced into a lot of that stuff, though, too.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
he keeps the ship pretty calm, though. The thing
Oh,
is
yeah.
I was that what you called a Showtime special when you were
Yes.
young? Okay,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
I watched that on cable a lot when I was a kid, too. So that,
Yeah.
I think we had HBO more than that. I think I saw on HBO, but either
Yeah.
way, it's what you would refer to for me as
Yeah.
a Showtime special. I was really
Yeah.
surprised when I found out that was a true story, and then surprised to find out how, in a Hollywood way, how close it was
Yeah.
to at least one version of the story.
That's good because I've often wondered how close that was to it.
According
and-
to a version of the story. I mean, there's different versions of
Yeah.
the story depending on who you hear it from, but the actions are pretty much I mean that's about a
Yeah.
dog. It was really over a dog. Yeah, I mean it was.
Yeah.
I love that movie.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, just there's a lot of stuff from that movie, certain parts that I love and stick in my memory. But just what a great movie. Just the acting, even when the downtime in the movie, the acting keeps it going. The twist at the end's really good. It's not like breaking any new ground, but I enjoyed it. I know as a kid it threw me.
Mhm.
That he wasn't the Mad Trapper, and it was that other guy, his buddy or whatever, Bill, yeah, Bill.
Right.
Great movie, buddy.
Yeah,
Great
I
stuff.
like it. That's a good one. Well, good for
Yeah.
you. Good job.
Thank you, yeah.
Let's
That's
go
it.
to our official little films here, Mr. Ben Harley.
Yeah,
we'll go in
let's
chronological
get
order.
Okay.
On the release, as per their release date, as we normally do.
Yeah.
Before we do the movies too, I'd like to just
Yeah.
apologize a little bit. We're having technical difficulties a little bit, so every now and then, if you hear Ben's voice go like that,
my
sorry,
real
but
voice.
that's just the way it is. So we're making do on our end, so you can make do. on
I
your
am a
end. So-
robot.
it actually flaked right when you said that. So perfect example. Very good.
Exactly.
So all right, well let's get to our movies, Mr. Ben Harley.
Yeah.
Let's see here. First up from 1954, we have the film the snow creature.
Snow creature.
Okay, let's see here.
Yeah.
Let me get out this movie guy and give you a brief storyline summary for the snow creature. Here we go. Ready?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
All right. American botanical expedition in the Himalayas stumbles across a Yeti den. Capture one and transport it back to Los Angeles, where it escapes, while custom officials are debating whether it's an animal or human.
Yeah.
And in between those things, walking and hiking and running and exploring and looking and
talking in tents and coming out of tents and going back in tents and sitting in tents and sitting in tents and sitting in tents. This is one that I had a hard time. Like, who is that? Who's this guy? Who's that guy? I had a hard time. Right. And I've watched this on. I watched it also on Comet. I do believe this was on Comet. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, first up. This movie was directed by a W. Lee Wilder. Okay. Who directed Killers from Space, if you remember the Mystery Science Theater episode.
I think so, yeah.
Yes, they are the black leotarded aliens with ping pong balls for eyeballs.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Right, so we have the same director here. Now, this director, his younger brother was named Billy. So his younger brother was named Billy Wilder, who just happens to be one of the most legendary directors in Hollywood of all time.
Yeah.
Directed little movies, Sunset Boulevard, The Apartment, Sabrina, Some Like It Hot, Stalag 17.
Boy.
Yeah. And now we got W. Lee Wilder here.
Yeah.
Written by W. Lee's son, Miles Wilder.
Okay, Miles Wilder.
And apparently this is the first Yeti movie, at least the first one in the States. There was believed to be another one that I don't know if I've ever I couldn't pronounce the title of it. I'm assuming it's from a country far, far away.
Nepal, maybe?
Yeah, far, far away from our money. I have no idea. Yes. Now we've already established here that more than half of this film is walking, hiking, and running. I mean, it's excruciating how long it happens. Now I'm going to say this before I let you say something here.
Oh,
if you don't think The Abominable Snowman of the Himalayas is, especially Yeti-wise, the best Bigfoot movie, just get your eyeballs on this turkey and you'll figure it out really quick.
Yeah.
Really quick, because this frustrating frick-frack here, it's got a lot going for it, except the people bringing it to your eyes. I mean, it's got the Himalayas. It's got Yetis in storm drains in LA. It's got Yetis in caves. Yeah. We got everything you need. It's got Yetis taking women for their own pleasures.
Yes.
And you get that for about 5 minutes out of the hour and 10 minutes.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So it's an hour and 5 minutes of walking, and then an hour.
And you get a cave in. You get one cave in, and then
Can you talk about that? Do I need to discuss the cave in?
Well,
like the unnecessary cave in.
Yeah. Well, that's how they trap the one. They end up getting the male, right? I think Yeti. Because
the Yeti gets real upset, and he pulls the boulder.
Yeah.
Out of the side of the cave, causing a cave in, which I immediately looked over to Angie. I was like, I gotta think the Yeti knew better than to do. They have stayed hidden for centuries, but you don't know that boulder's holding up your house. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about that. Yeah.
No. Yep, that's how they end up capturing him, though. And
no, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, so good luck for them, at least. But, I said I did see this turkey on Comet. And I remember when I first started it here the other day, and it shows the map. I'm like, oh, no. Yep. That's exactly what I was like. Oh, no. I'm like, oh, this is a sleepy one. Man.
Yeah.
And, it
doesn't have to be. It did not have to be.
It didn't have to be.
No.
No, they could have been a lot more Yeti menacing. No, I know, like, they're there, and the one biologist or whatever, his wife is the one that gets kidnapped, right? And then that's how they go in search of her, and they find the family, and And then, yes, they capture him and take him back to L.A. And
Oh,
they should have took him somewhere a little cooler than L.A., I thought. But that's just me.
figuratively and literally, yes. Well, they do have some menace of the Yeti. That one shot they kept inserting everywhere of him coming out of the shadows, and then they would take the film and rock it backwards, so you'd go back into the shadow again. And that was a moment where I looked over to Angie. I was like, "That's all you needed for those little kids out there watching this movie."
Yeah.
All you needed is that turkey coming out of there. And there were some good shots when they come upon the Yeti in this cave. You got to really look at what you're seeing, and it was lit and shot really cool to where. It's all there. You're just having a hard time understanding what you're seeing. And I think it was in a cool way. There's some really good moments, and they are. And had you taken those seeds, those little good moments, and sprinkled them about the rest of the film and watered them, they could have grown into a film that anyone would give a shit about. I mean, everybody knows that we love Bigfoots and Yetis and this and that. And I'll give a lot of leash to these kinds of movies. But what, Mr. Ben Harley, and I've been quizzing you on this lately too, what is the cardinal sin of a B movie? It's boring.
It's boring, yeah. Boring. Like and the thing is, this didn't need to be boring at all. Like usually they, like in these movies too, there's a lot of nature that runs amok too on it, right? And it's just I think the Sherpas were a little upset at one point, some drunk Sherpas, but other than that, it really didn't much. Like, I don't know.
I didn't. Here's another thing too that. Okay, the thing's
it's shot really dark too.
Yeah,
dark.
Oh, it's an awful print. Yeah, I mean the print that's out there. I know it's public domain.
Yeah.
So the print is just terrible. No, you're not going to see a good print of. I mean, why would you want to see a good print of it? Clearly walking through whatever. Now the star there, Paul Langton, Dr. Frank Parrish, if you will. Yeah. He was in It, the Terror from Beyond Space, which is a highly superior film to this movie.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
Now he plays. Okay, so. Now, is it him or is it the other guy? No, it's him. Him and the Teru, the Sherpa guy who has the English ability. He can speak English. They have a very complicated friendship. They're either laughing it up together or they're pointing automatic weapons at each other. And they mean it too. Yeah. And the Teru shoots a radio. They're trying to call for help or trying to call for something. I don't know. I lost track. Look, here's the thing. The movie's so goddamn boring. You don't really even care what's going on because they don't ever. There's not a good way to let you know what's going on. It's written horribly. It's a terrible script.
And I'm telling you, a lot of it is acted in tents. They go in a tent and they talk a little bit, and then they go out and then they show some stuff a little bit, and then they go back into a tent and they talk. I don't know. Maybe that was just me. That's all I get.
They do a lot of condescending things to the Sherpas. Yeah. And then the Sherpas fire weapons at them after getting drunk, of course. So really no Sherpas, one, man. No one's made it look very good. That's not a bad
name for a band, Timo. Drunken Sherpa.
Good luck getting that one across these days.
Drunken Sherpa.
I don't need to say much more. I mean, honestly, I don't.
Sucks.
And it does, and it's a shame. It's a crying shame that I have to tell our lovely audience that they're going to have Jeff Byers from Creature Replica and from Factor Fiction Fest, and we gotta unload this turkey on y'all. So maybe we'll save you the time. Don't Abominable Snowman in the Himalayas.
Yes,
find
much better,
it.
Much
yes,
better,
even what was it? Was it Man Beast? Even that thing, like, and it had women being taken by Yetis and stuff, and that one's way better than this thing.
Yeah.
So
this is just too. It's just too like. It's one of them films that it's like we're gonna like you said. There's about 5 minutes of Yeti stuff in the whole flipping thing, especially in the first 40 minutes of it, and then it's just not enough, man. But back then they lead you along, and then they oh my god, but it's just
and he looks more like a KGB agent in the winter, than he does an actual. I don't know.
You're right.
How about you?
Yeah,
there you go.
Yeah,
there
for sure.
Kid. There you go. I just
awful.
The most fun I got out of it was trying to figure out if the two people hated each other or wanted to go to home together. I couldn't figure out the two guys. I'm like, what is going on with these two? I mean, seriously. I mean, and then the one guy wanted to clobber the Sherpa guy over the head with with a flashlight while he had a gun pointed at him. He's like, no, don't. You'll only
do that. Yeah.
I'm like, why? Because you'll only make him angry? Or are you worried about killing him? I don't even know why.
Yeah.
I'm lost. I don't know what you're doing here. I don't know why or what. I mean, so remember remember the cops. The cops call. This is how the cops let the general public know that there's a Yeti afoot. They get on the phone and they go, Charlie, tell everybody to stay inside their homes and stay calm. All right. That's it. That's it. So, for instance, if I am on a plane into St. Louis and we land and I have a Yeti with me, and I go down into the cargo hold of the plane, and I'm the first one to see the Yeti get break free. I get on my cell phone on 911 real quick and go, "What's 911? What's your emergency?" And I go, I go, tell everybody to stay inside their house, inside their homes, and for God's sake, don't panic. Stay calm.
Yeah.
Click.
That's why, sir?
Yeah. Who are you and why? Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So, please calm down, sir. What's your address? It's that bad. And I'm like, okay. So, next up, Mr. Ben Harley.
Yes.
From 1995.
95. You know what? I'm surprised at that.
Are you?
So that surprises me. It seems like this is an older one.
Yeah, I can see that.
And I don't care. I really don't care.
Okay. So we have now we're on the show here. We're kind of on a Clive Barker freak.
Yeah.
And then we have Lord of Illusions.
Yes.
For Clive Barker. So let me get out movie guy again and give you a storyline summary for Lord of Illusions. All right, here we go.
Yeah.
As a 12-year-old hostage, Dorothea assists in the brutal murder of her captor, Nyx, an evil cult leader with supernatural powers, by his former protege, Philip Swan. 13 years later, she seeks the assistance of a detective specializing in the occult when former cult members associated with Swan, now a prominent illusionist, are threatened by Nyx's most loyal and sadistic disciple. Again, this is a Clive Barker written, directed, not unlike Hellraiser.
Yeah.
But this movie is centered completely around illusionists, magicians, what have you. And we have the story here of a magician who didn't use illusions. He used real magic. Oh. And he started his own cult. And yes, the other nice guy, magician guy, played by Kevin J. O'Connor from, he was in the Mummy movies.
Yeah.
And he was also in Deep Rising. I always remember him, Deep Rising as well.
Yeah, he's good in that too.
Yeah. He's kind of his foil. He's the good guy. He's the very good guy. He's not a real ballsy dude.
No.
He's not a tough guy. But he tries. He tries, Yeah.
Scott Bakula. We got Scott Bakula.
Well, okay, so what happens is Kevin J. O'Connor plays a Philip Swan character. So this, I guess the beginning of it takes place in the 70s or something, late 60s.
Yeah.
And the magician guy has a cult, Nyx, has a cult going and all that. And so Philip Swan saves a little girl who has been trapped by the cult and kills the evil magician Nyx. And they bury him and all that. So years later, Philip Swan, is like a television illusionist, like a David Copperfield type of guy or whatever. And he supposedly gets killed during an illusion. And he had since, kind of in a creepy way, married the girl that he saved. And the girl that he saved was kind of a little girl at the time. And then, so she thinks she's lost her husband, blah, blah, blah. You think whatever. And then Scott Bakula plays a, detective. Yeah. Harry D'Amour.
Yeah.
I am Harry D'Amour too. And he comes and figures out the Swan faked his murder to try to keep the girls safe and keep the evil magicians cult people away from him because they're going to resurrect him. And of course they do because we're in a Clive Barker movie and that's kind of things happen. Yeah. So and then it's a lot of cat and mouse between Nyx and Swan and Scott Bakula's character and Famke Janssen, who plays the girl who was now a grown-up girl. Yeah. She was also in Deep Rising, actually. Famke Janssen.
Nice. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I can't remember, Timo, either if I saw this
I was
in the
gonna ask
theater
you.
or not. Yeah, I can't remember. I think I did. Though. I'm almost positive. But it's funny. This film just kind of reminds me that I'm not a Clive Barker fan. I just I don't know, but I going into this one, I seen it not too long ago too, and I just remember not really liking it. There was not much to it that made me like gravitate towards it. Even the beginning, like the compound and stuff, I was like, this just seems kind of weird, and I didn't really. I guess what's his name that played the cult leader at the beginning? I like him. What's his name? He's a good character.
His name is Daniel Von Bergen. Believe it or not.
Yeah, I've seen him in a few things that I've liked, but like I just don't. I don't know. He didn't scare me like it did or anything. It didn't really. I don't know. It just. And I don't know what it is with Clive Barker's stuff. I just don't know what it is with his imagery or whatever he's trying to put forth. It just doesn't do it for me. I just don't.
Do you think it's because I mentioned this when we were watching it, when we went to NGO. Do you think it's because I feel this way? So that's why I'm asking.
Yeah.
Is it because he's an author? And he's trying to throw this kitchen sink in because he's an author and he can do that at all times when he's writing, but when you're making a film, you can't.
Sure.
You have to have everybody going along with every little thing you want to do, or it's not going to get pulled off right. And you tend to take things a little too convoluted a little bit. I think Stephen King does the same things when he gets his hands on a movie. Sure. He hates The Shining, made his own piece of shit for TV that was awful, and Kubrick's only resembled King's work, but he made a movie version out of it.
Sure.
I mean, that's what it was.
Same thing with Jaws. I mean, Benchley, it's so far from Benchley's story almost.
And you're glad, aren't you?
Yeah. It's because there's just, and I like the Jaws book. It's just, there's parts in it that make me want to scream. But that's good though, but yet it's too much. There's just too much, So, but yeah, I don't know. Clive Barker's just never done it for me. And I've tried over the years and the older I get, and the older that these movies get, they just get worse over time. And they don't get better. They don't get better to me. And I don't understand it. I just don't. And I like Scott Bakula. He's a good actor, but this just didn't do enough for me as far as like, there is a funny part though. There is one monster, and it's a holographic monster in this movie. And I'm like, that's the best looking monster that's been in any Clive Barker movie. But it looks like a Scooby Doo monster. Yeah, the goofy it looks like a
Ghostbusters monster or something.
Yeah, it does though, and it's like it's the only one I've ever liked. But I don't know, Tim. I just didn't. I don't like it. I just don't like this movie. There's a lot of weirdness. The one guy who's the ex-protege who's going around with the white, like the white skinhead guy.
The guy
dog,
with the shiny tight pants on.
Yeah, like the sharp teeth. Yeah. Oh man, it's just weird.
Yeah.
There's just a lot of weird stuff in it that I just don't get, and it doesn't hold my attention real well. It never really did, and it's like a half hour too long.
It's a little long.
It's 2 hours and a minute long or something. I mean, oh god.
Yeah, I'll give you the fact it's a little long.
Yeah.
And there's actually two versions of it. There's an hour and 50 minute and then a 2 hour version. Somehow I lucked into the hour and 50 minute version, the theatrical version.
Lucky sucker.
I had 2 discs of it, but I didn't see the other disc when I pulled it out. I guess I was having a good night. I didn't see it. Yeah. So I just put in that one and I'm glad, to be honest with you. Yeah. I don't like Clive Barker either, but I do like Rawhead Rex, and it's a silly movie, but I like it.
Yeah,
I do, and I think that's a neat little story that he wrote there.
It is, yeah.
So I'll give him that. I also don't like him for much of anything, but something about this movie, and I don't know if it's because it has magicians in it.
Yeah,
and I just like the fact they're at the Magic House. They're in LA or whatever they call that place and everything. I'm no expert in it. I don't collect anything.
You like sleight of hand, though?
I do. I find it fascinating. I don't like to be fooled. So I watch real intently, and I'm very fascinated by how these things are done. And I know they can be done. I'm just saying it's just really fascinating. And so that helps. But I don't tend to like magic movies, like movies of real magic where I'll put my hand out and float the bottle of water across the room. I don't really. That's like laser beams coming out of people's eyes to me. That's just like a shortcut in thinking. I don't know. But I always thought this one was okay. I don't love it at all, but I don't hate it. And it's got a lot going against it. Clive Barker for me, don't like him, but I can't just because that doesn't mean I'm not going to give everything a fair shot. Not a big Scott Bakula fan. Certainly wasn't a Quantum Leap fan.
No,
I liked him in Necessary Roughness, the movie. I thought that was funny. The football movie. I thought that was pretty good. I don't hate him either, though. He's just not a leading man to me. To me, he's like a TV sitcom guy. That's what he feels like to me. Even when Quantum Leap wasn't even a sitcom, it just feels that way to me. But I still, I don't like Famke Janssen very much. I'm not a big fan of her. I do like Kevin J. O'Connor. Daniel Von Bargen, who plays Nix, he's a good character actor. We've seen him around. I don't know. I think I'm with you. He looks a little doughy, boyish.
But I like him.
I do too.
In this, it just looked like a
little miscast. Little miscast.
Bag, like just been sitting on his couch with a robe and dirty. You know, he didn't. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, he definitely had kitty magazines. He was sitting in
a Rob Zombie movie.
Oh, perfectly. God, yeah, you're right. The whole cult would have, by the way. Yeah, this movie actually has a feel of that. There's a little bit, I should say Rob Zombie, I think, took a little bit from, let's say, a movie like this and threw a little dirt from this movie, brought it over to his other movies, some dust and dirt.
Right.
I can see what you're saying, though. I mean, I can see why you wouldn't like it. I think it's a little drawn out. It's drawn out, and it's too many things coming at you at one time. But I do like the fake death. I like the story a little bit. It's okay. I don't like it all, but I do like certain parts of it enough to where I can't poop on this one. Not me. Now I know.
Yeah.
Don't let me pull you away from your poop. Because I know you're unhappy right now. You know? So
don't pull me away from it. Don't you take it.
Don't let me influence you like that. But that's how I kind of come down. You know what?
I just, Tim, I can't. I got to on it. I have to. Yeah. I don't like it, and I think back when I saw it, I didn't like it then. I didn't really care much for it. But this is where the horror movies for me were starting to go. Same thing like when you were saying. It just
I was
trying to still like them, but there was stuff like Stephen King's like Thinner and this and other things. I was just like, it's past me. I just don't get it. I don't think it's scary. I don't think it's, you know what I mean? And I like to be scared a little. I do. I don't want to be shocked so much. I like to be a little bit like, oh my God, what is that? Or, or maybe have get the chills.
Sure.
Because it's, you know what I mean? That's what I want more than, I don't know.
I buy that. And look, this is the era of where it's awful for me too. I mean, this is like, maybe it was our age that we were growing out of it or something. I don't know, but I just think these movies just were not good anymore. They were all, as you say, all sizzle, no steak. It seemed to me. Yeah. And I'm with you. Sleepwalkers is in there. Like movies like that, and they were just kind of they had a good poster, they had a good idea. You went, and you're like, oh God, these are like bad. These are bad, violent horror comedies or something terrible. But there was just something. And that's a good way to put it, buddy. I'm kind of looking at this against all those movies. That's probably a real good way because remember, I like to look at movies from when they came from.
Sure.
So therefore, but I'm going to give it a real mild grape ape up. And again, you are. Okay, all right. I got you.
Two.
We didn't help ourselves from last week. I tried. We tried.
We tried.
Okay. Mr. Ben Harley. I don't know. Well, I know what we're doing next week, but I'm not sure what's going to be on the show next week. So
right.
Find out. However, though, it might be and could be and possibly would be Mr. Jeff Byers from Fact or Fiction Fest. We will see. That will be either in a week or 2 weeks. We will see, and we'll get the lowdown on Fact and Fiction Fest, Fact or Fiction Fest, and we'll get maybe some lowdown on what Creature Replica has up their Sasquatch sleeves.
Yeah.
And so we'll be back. Do not fear what we talk about.
No,
I have no idea.
Right.
Till then, stay spooky. We'll talk to you then.
Yeah, keep it creepy, people.
You've been listening to the Tim O and Harley Show, brought to you by ScreenPrintingFactory.com, your affordable one-stop solution to all your screen printing needs.